What's going on YouTube? I'm Cooper, this is the Cooper Music Page, and today, well, actually tomorrow is my 1 year anniversary on YouTube. My very first video I uploaded on June 29th of 2020. And today we're going to go over some of my first videos and get some of my initial reactions from them. So let's see, let's pull up the YouTube over here. This is my very first video. My little Cooper covers Black Magic Woman, and let's check out the very first video. First off, it's vertical. Vertical video, as my first video. Great start, off to a fantastic start. 72 views, not bad for my very first video. It's also been like a year, so who knows. Yeah, so this was like one of the first videos before the wedding, and I was at one of my last shows before the wedding, and had my wife, I was like, hey, or my fiance at the time, I was like, hey, can you film this song? I just got my Zoom recorder, so I was able to record my guitar and my vocals right into the Zoom while I was still projecting it out to the show. And we recorded this video vertical, and I filled it out with, some of this garbage over here. But let's check out the video. Oh, it's so dry. That's such a dry signal. So the Zoom didn't, it just picked up the direct input from my mixer. It didn't go through the PA, which had all the reverb and everything added onto it. That, it sounded better live than it did into the recorder. This is just really, really dry signal. I still have that sign. I broke that picture frame, but I still have that sign. So that wasn't artistic license. I know it sounds like I planned to do that, but I totally was I played it the wrong tempo completely, and I was like, oh, I guess gotta commit to it until I get to the start again, and then I pick it up.
Got a black magic woman.
Doesn't sound too bad.
Got a black magic woman. Don't turn your back on me, baby.
Here we go. Starting to loop right there. Starting to loop on the turnaround, keep singing. I like that this wasn't like a crazy, boring video from one of my shows where I didn't know how to loop yet. So I was kind of like just focusing on making the loop and then working on singing and then working on playing and then coming around full circle. I'm glad this is when I was able to get it out, start looping while I was singing, so I wasn't having so much dead time.
Turn your back on me, baby.
See, like right there, my first couple looping tries, I would basically record it, and then it would play through because I wouldn't know where to start. But obviously, this is my little bit more experienced show where I was like, okay, get the loop down, sing while I'm doing it. Once it's down, I can go right into that D minor pentatonic there. All right, here it is, the walk. I still do this walk. This is one of my favorite songs to do live because I like to get out and walk around the crowd and do the same thing that you're going to see here in this video. But I still do that to this day, and it always is a big hit for some reason. So serious. having the stare off with the dog. I can't tell if he's angry at me or if he's enthralled by the playing. Not great. The playing isn't great. This is back before I really had these scales down. I think I knew the shapes, and I just wasn't great at fretting all of the positions there. The Weedle Weedles, for any of you who know the Weedle Weedles, that's always it's always a good go-to right there. Not a horrible first video, but definitely could have been better. But that's okay. This is why we're doing this. 1 year ago, looking at my video. All right, let's check out my second video that I ever made on the channel.
What's going on, guys? I'm Cooper. This is the Cooper Music Page. Today we're going to be going over the...
Audio's not super great. I think I was still using the Zoom recorder, and then it would be compressed a lot with the file. And then it's very when I was first starting out, I filmed it, and then I got the Zoom audio, and I combined them, and it was very meticulous having to line them up to get it to match up. And I don't even know if I got it right to match up in this video.
Top 7 essential
It's pretty
gear
close.
to start gigging.
The intro.
Or songwriter perspective, where I have a guitar and vocal.
I just can't help but notice that my camera is like sideways. You can tell it doesn't quite line up with the picture frames on the back here, where it's like,
For songs to please people's earlobes and whatnot. If you're going to be
please people's earlobes. What am I saying? I got 135 views on this one, the second video about a year ago. I'm glad it might have helped some people with their getting gear together to start playing shows.
yodeling from the stage, you might not need any of this gear.
Yodeling
so
from the
it could always
stage.
change. You could always have less. You could always have more. But you'll always need number 1. So stick around and find out what.
Probably the best thing that I ever did was this hook right here. You'll always need number 1, so stick around to the end. And then it's such a bait and switch. Not really. It's actually really good advice, but it's such a cheeky thing to do here at the end. I'll show you in a little bit if you haven't seen the video.
Number 5, a surge protector. This has saved my life many times. So many times I'm on stage setting up and there's only 1 or 2 outlets, and I personally have 3 or 4 things that I need to plug into it.
This video is just full of good tips and absolute genius information here for everybody.
The surge protector helps me plug everything into one outlet here that way for me. Number 4, all these.
Did you notice that when I looked down? I hated when I would do this. I hated it.
Black chords, and just looks sleeker that way for me. Number 4.
Yeah, I hated that I would look down immediately after I was done with whatever like bullet I was trying to talk about, because I do it like bullet style when I do my videos. Like I don't plan it out and script it. Some of them I have scripted if I need to get some things like absolutely right, but generally I'll just do bullet points and have notes like on my phone or something. And that was me finishing the note about the surge protector or whatever that I just talked about, finishing that note and then going directly back to my notes to figure out what the next thing I talked about was. I really didn't like how I couldn't like cut that out, because I would talk into going down and then it creates that kind of weird transition there, and I knew
all the associated chords that you need. If you need power.
this is such a cop out. Like number 4, what do you need? I need the cables for all of my equipment. Like I think I was running out of things to suggest people in a top 7. I didn't want to be everybody's top 5, top 10. You know, that's a classic. You know, everybody does top 5, top 10s. I was like, no, I'm going to do top 7s, okay? So I was probably struggling to come up with 7 things, even though there's plenty of things that people should have if they're going to play out shows.
You can always replace a chord on the go. Just make sure you have what you need for your setup. Number 3, a sound.
It sounded like I had some more to say, and I probably did. It just probably wasn't good, so I cut it out. But it definitely sounded like I had more to say there about that.
System. Now again, I've played shows without a sound system. Guess what? Nobody wants to see me sing to a backing track or an instrumental track. That's just not fun.
Ooh, shots fired on karaoke people, I guess. No, I do see that sometimes. I do see people play shows where they're just playing to a backing track, and I can't stand it. Just play all the music. If you're gonna make the music bigger with like rhythm and percussion and all that, then make it. Don't like outsource that to like the actual artist or somebody else.
Tuner is priceless. You can clip one on your headstock. You can have one on your pedal board.
Random truck going by in the background for that B-roll. I think I noticed and brought it closer, but I couldn't take the time to properly frame my shot there.
You do not need a guitar stand. You can always put your guitar
Oh,
in the case.
gross. You hear that? I totally forgot to take the audio out of this B-roll clip. That's such a rookie move. I guess it's exactly why we're going through these 1 year later, but I'm just so glad that I learned some things that I did. Like I can't believe that's such an easy fix. I can't believe I forgot to take the audio off of the B-roll clip.
You're done or what have you, but I like to have a guitar stand so it's nice and easy. I take off the guitar, boom, plop it down. Before we get to number 1, I want to make sure you know you can go down.
Ooh, classic. We're going to get to the number 1 that I told you to stick around for. But first of all, I'm going to let you go and click all my links and do all the stuff and subscribe. That's a classic technique.
Like and comment, and make sure you tell me what I missed on this list. What are your essential gear? And here's number 1. confidence. If you
Got him. Number one thing to start gigging, you need that confidence. Like, that's such a classic, like, bait and switch. Or it's not really a bait and switch. It's good information, but that's such like a classic like thing to do. Like, oh, what do you need to start gigging? Oh, I need all this equipment. No, but what do you really need? Confidence.
show to the audience that came to see you.
Priceless. No link available. You can't find that one on Amazon. There's no affiliate link for confidence. Classic. Not a horrible video. This little things. That's some good information though. Good information. All right. We're gonna chug along to the third. We're gonna do a couple more of these. All right. The third video I ever uploaded. Let's check it out. All right,
What's going on, YouTube?
Oh, God.
Today I'm gonna compose the Canon in D walk.
Oh my God! Look at this horrible lighting, horrible audio. I'm pretty sure this was like I didn't even clean up the background. Like I just sat here and was like, I need to film this intro really quick and then get to like the real part of the video. Wow, I just took no time in doing this shot, and it just. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This whole video, the thumbnail is like, I got a new studio, or I photoshopped myself into like this fancy looking studio, and it's my goddamn closet. It's my unkept closet that just has a bunch of shirts hanging up and then even more shit on the top of the rail here. Like, oh my God. Actually, it's really good for soundproofing. So, I mean, it was really the ideal place to record this at, but yeah, just horrible. I'm so sorry for this video, but it's actually a decent video. This is like me showing you the different parts and recording the song that my wife walked down to, because she wanted to walk down to the classic Canon in D like wedding song, and I was like, I'm a musician, I'll play it. I actually really enjoyed making the song and doing all that for her. I really hope you guys enjoy this shot of the side of me, the back 3/4 of me. Like, you can't see me really playing, you can't see, you know, really much of anything. You get the massive wall of clothes, and then you get like my right shoulder. So yeah, great quality video here with the overhead, you know, wall lighting. And then we go to outtakes. Classic. I'm just so over it. This took so long for me to do, and it shouldn't have. It's just this is the first time using the software that I was using, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I was just trial and erroring it, and this took me a couple hours to just get everything together and recorded.
So close.
Take 31.
Close.
Yeah, it was so hot in there. It was so hot. I had to turn off all the AC. I had to turn off everything so I could just get the sound of the room, and that's it. And doing this over and over again was so tedious, and it got so hot in there. I was sweating. I was just like dripping in sweat. It's gross. I know. That's it. That's the video. Me walking out. I'm done, and that's the video. I like that. That's awesome. All right, let's look at one more. All right, last video. Last one of my first videos. Thank you guys for sticking around for this little reaction video. I appreciate that. If you haven't seen any of these videos, go watch them. If you haven't seen any of my other first couple videos, go watch all of those. In fact, just go and watch all of my videos, really. I don't know what you're doing if you're not watching my videos. I don't even... Why are you on this video if you don't watch my videos? That's kind of weird. But hey, everybody's got to start somewhere. All right. So I do thank you for stopping by. I think the next one is my wedding video. Yeah, the next video that I had was my wedding video.
Snap dog, it's about to be a wedding.
Classic. So my buddy, he's an audio engineer that actually helped produce my first CD, Xander. I asked him to do the sound and some of the filming for my wedding, and he was so cool about it. He's such a good dude. If you want to get your music produced and mixed and stuff like that, go to xandapanda.com. I mean, that's probably not the way. I'll put the real website down there, but that's... Shout out to the other photographer. So I guess Xander was like the videographer, kind of sound guy, and then Sylvia was the photographer. She did some great shots, and it was really came out awesome. There's a Crocodile Dundee in the background here. That's my father. We're setting up our first reveal so that she could come in the front door here and I won't see her. And then she walks in. So beautiful.
No.
No. Like, no, you can't tell me what to do. We're not married yet.
Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, the little card she wrote me was just so sweet, and I almost cried. Yes! This was so genius. I'm so thankful that I have a cool wife, and she let me do all the walkouts to Jurassic Park theme songs, and then she got to walk out to that last video we saw, that last music that I made for her. But she's so cool for letting me do this, and it was so cool how I did this with the fade in, fades out for like the setting up the shot here. I don't know what we were doing back here where I was dancing, but good buddy Luis right here. Thank you for doing the officiating. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that was there that came out. A lot of good friends showed up and family, so I appreciate everybody that came out. This was like in the middle of COVID, so everything was shut down. We got like, it was like in that window where everything kind of opened up for a little bit before it got locked down again, and it was I'm just glad that, you know, it turned out so well. It was a really nice day. They do move in herds. Pretty sure that's illegal. Probably some kind of littering thing or something, but I don't care. It's my wedding. I can do what I want. Aww. This was probably the best moment of my life right here. And then we get into the vows. This fountain right here was so loud. We did it right by the fountain. We got the shotgun mics over here pointed right at us, but it's right there catching the fountain too. So between this shot and the moving
you're
shot,
witnessing to see your love grow and get.
You know, I'm not gonna subject you to the 30 minutes of vows, but they are very touching and beautiful, and hers were way better than mine. Oh, and then I started crying. Yep, here's where I couldn't do it.
Never loved anyone before. Not really.
Aww. I made everybody cry. Made myself cry, made everybody cry. But I got through it. Getting our rings. Our rings are really cool. Let's focus on that there. They are got dinosaur bone in them. They got T-Rex bone and then some flakes to make it pretty and colorful. But yeah, T-Rex rings. They were awesome. So I appreciate her for letting me get those rings too. We have matching dinosaur bone rings. And then we go to this cool photo montage. This took so long to do because I was editing on Filmora. I was editing this whole video. This whole video ended up being like an hour and a half long that I had to chop down, and it ended up being 26 for this whole thing. But putting all those parts together, I didn't realize that putting all these parts together was going to really mess up my computer with the like functions of rendering it all and everything. I should have did it in chunks. So that's a good lesson learned, is if you have a big video with a lot of different parts, edit it in chunks. This just killed my computer, and anytime I had a horizontal video, a landscape photo, it would black out the whole screen. It like didn't know how to process that information. So I could only use the vertical photos, and there were some great landscape ones, but I could only use the vertical photos for this little slideshow part. So when you're editing big projects, do it in chunks and bounce your footage so that you can slow down, so you can not slow down your computer. Also, I didn't have my new MacBook Air at the time. I was using my 2011 MacBook Pro, which was already way behind the curve when it comes to power and processing power. And then our first dance, I love this song. She let me pick the first dance song, the wedding song, and this Andy Grammer song is just incredible. Like, he's great, but this is a really good song, and I did a little slideshow in here as well with a video of our dance. Some really great photos,
Just
Sylvia.
another love song from a simple man. I've been searching for some chords underneath these hands so I can try to tell you I love you.
And it just goes back and forth with the video and the slideshow. Turned out really well. Probably one of the better produced videos I have, and it's, you know, mostly because of the people I had working with me on that day, so I could focus on the wedding and not worry too much about the filming and everything. So I appreciate Xander and Sylvia for that. And of course, all my videos are great when my wife is in them.
I am yours,
Such a great picture.
I am yours, I am yours.
Classic. And then we actually did this at the wedding. Wait for it.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. Other brothers can't deny. And when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. Wanna pull up tough 'cause you know that butt was stuck.
Yeah, so at the very end of our very sweet first dance, that song was immediately supposed to come on next, and we just broke out into that little twerk thing, and it was great. Everybody loved it. It was a really fun time. I really had a great time at my wedding, and I'm glad that we were able to do it, even though we had like the restrictions and everything. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Like I said, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for watching all of my videos. If you haven't seen some of my videos, go check them out. And hopefully you'll maybe subscribe or something and, you know, hit the like button. Leave a comment about what your favorite video from my past was. We'll probably do this again next year when I get some more videos under my belt and watch some more year-old videos from then, which was, you know, the videos now. So hopefully they're a little better. But always keep improving. That's the important part, is always learn from yourself and learn from your mistakes and get better. And I think I have, and that's really a good thing. Everybody should strive for that. So as always, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and you can go get your brand new CooperMusicPage shirts over at CooperMusicSwag.com with promo code Cooper10 at checkout for 10% off. And we'll see you next time for my 1 year anniversary of my wedding video. How about that, yeah? All right, well, thank you guys for hanging out, and until next time, keep on rocking.